what's going on, chat? Chat on stream, it's litty. Double no 50. Chat gang, come with me. We gon' light up the city. Feel the God energy within me. Checking models. Ayo, we diffys, we got savvy. No Peter Griffey's, for we get litty. We sexy, we diffys. Ayo, we diffys. Sexy and diffys. Ayo, we diffys. We sexy and diffys. Ayo, we diffys. We sexy and diffys. I know what's going on, chat. Ayo, we diffys. We sexy and diffys. I know what's going on, chat. Chat on stream, it's litty. Double no 50. Chat gang, come with me. We gon' light up the city. Feel the God energy within me. Checking models. Ayo, we diffys, we got savvy. No Peter Griffey's, for we get litty. We sexy, we diffys. Ayo, we diffys. Sexy and diffys. Ayo, we diffys. We sexy and diffys. Ayo, we diffys. We sexy and diffys. I know what's going on, chat. Ayo, we diffys. We sexy and diffys.
My name, Chud, Logic, Hero, Hero. Name's Chud, Logic, ni hao ma. Head big as fuck. Saw you in real life and you ugly as fuck. Ni hao ma, Chud, big square head. Yo, it's Chud, Logic. Taking money to make hit pieces. Chud, Logic. Who do you think you are? Low SMV, big smelly glasses. Girls he harasses, overweight and receding. On stream with his hand on his pee-pee, disgusting big ol' serpent. Thinks he the voice of reason. Chud Logic, you know thank you. Chud Logic, the company disgusting. Making money off of expenses. Instead has he hit the gym yet? Ni hao ma, Chud Logic. Ni hao ma, Chud Logic. Ni hao ma, Mr. Logic. Look at his face, so why you staring smuggy? Ni hao ma, Chud Logic. Ew, no thanks, you can have him. Ew, your ugly ass, gotta chill. Look at his face, godless souls and lows and behavior. Ugly in and out, don't shout, just smile and look at their faces. Stuffing their demonic faces. Oh man, please see. Look at thy faces. Ni how much a logic, why you no like? Ni how much a logic, why you no smile? Ew, no thanks, you can have it. The truth is, we're not the same, just look at their faces. Look at their faces. Ew, no thanks, you can have it. Drowning in the noise, thinking signs. Melina, why you doing like that? Why you do him like that? Melina, you knew he would care, you knew you so nefarious, damn boo. Guess you didn't really care for that goblin in despair. Oh Melina, well played, using God made changing payday. Oh Melina, dancing, doing the nay-nay. You know what time it is, everybody get up, it's time for the destiny race. Everybody jumping, hands up in the air. We came to party, smell time. We don't ever care. The DJ's on fire, the crowd's on fire. Lazy, taking it higher, higher. Smell time, Lady City, smell time. Where the clouds on fire. Lady City, taking it higher, higher. Smell time. Lady City, it's melt time. With the parties that we're turning up, ain't no turning back. In Lady City, it's melt time. We go all night, come on everybody, let's ignite. Fucking melt time, melt time. It's smelly time, it's melt time. do him like that? Why you do him like that? But you knew he would care. Hey, Rizzy, knock, knock. You understand that you were the leader of the show. The power vacuum. Cute things I'm milking. I'm done here. Gloves off. You soft. Talk but don't cough. It's about to be a homicide. It's Rizzy with the drive-by. Oh, they won't want me back. Sunday you kicked me. F this click, click, clack, clack, clack. It's Rizzy and Jack. Bang, click, clack, clack, clack. Oh, Jack, click, clack, clack, clack. Clack, click, clack, clack, clack. No, no, this ain't the weekend, so kick rocks. No, no, this ain't the weekend, so kick rock. No, no, this ain't the weekend, so kick rocks. Hey, Rizzy, knock, knock.
Hey, this is what you guys should do, because you were the leader of the show. You left a power vacuum that has caused a lot of, like, kind of hasty things to come up that looks bad.
You're
for people.
milking this. Stop. It hasn't.
This is literally okay.
You're trying to find an argument. Listen.
This is literally. I've been literally being yelled at. Q, I swear to God, I swear to God, if you want me to be the way I am, you know who the fuck I am. I know how I talk to you. There are other people here that I'm trying to be kind of not a fucking schizo freak about this, but we can go this. No, you can do this shit. We can actually go. We just do the way that we are, right? Yeah, that's the thing. There's no debate. There is a debate to say that maybe you do actually have some level of responsibility in the organization that you create to go ahead and put that through, right? So there is some level of you going ahead and having an issue with this. I'm not saying I fully agree with this, but I've been bothered by this person who's too shy to come on stream because she's a fucking idiot, all right, to go ahead and say this stuff. And I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. Why don't I press on? And you're just fucking obfuscating the fact that you do have a responsibility.
Very quickly, Rizzy, knock, knock.
I'm dead.
It's like not worth it, but like I don't know, I feel like I should try a little bit. We'll see. Kelly seems to make herself a target. She seems like a crybaby. Based on what? What the fuck are you talking about? Stupid fucking retard chatter. Jesus fucking Christ. Rope, fucking rope.
Why are you yelling that noun at people, Kelly? That noun that means nothing, by the way, just in case anybody from YouTube looks at this clip. The noun means nothing, okay? Just completely in a vacuum. Just she's saying some noun. It's weird.
Make sure it's strong and thick.
I've been told that apparently if you want to pitch something, you should do it on stream to Destiny.
Exactly like Destiny.
I feel like.
Oh, would you say, Kelly Jane? Why you so mean, hiding behind the green screen? You hate pygmies, but should pick me. Skin like Swiss cheese, I'd be brought downward, so she greedy. No, baby, hey, Kelly, you know tree. She said she her lover some Kelly Jean, oh, oh Kelly Jean, oh, 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 oh Kelly Jean, oh, 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 what she say, Kelly, oh, 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 oh Kelly Jean, oh, 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 oh Kelly Jean, oh, 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 what you say, Kelly, oh, 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 Kelly.
Yeah, chat, you know what time it is. It's time to open your hearts and wallets. Peasants all around me wanna watch for free. Broken retards, send in your wallet, your hearts. Tear it open, show me love and donor below. Super chats and all that. Emoji donors don't slack. It's either this or a 9 to 5. If you don't donate, then buy credit cards. Need pay, Apple Pay, gift cards. You know what time it is. Wallets and hearts. Got my chat open for the flow. Donation notes popping, watch them goes. Streaming love, spreading like you know. Together we create a show. On this virtual stage we come alive. Building connections, feeling so high. From all around the world, side by side, chatting, laughing, let's take this ride. Type your message, send it through the wire. Hearts on fire, let's take it higher. Your support is why I admire. One click away takes us so much higher. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Lydia, why you run? I'm stealing $5,000. We'll never forget you scammed your family. Lydia has an ugly mouthpiece. He loves dreadlocks because they both lack sexual market value and physical attraction. His hairline he is hiding because it's receding. He isn't there trying to be a ladies' man. Andrew take it around, and destiny was out of luck. No matter how he tried, he couldn't look away. Melina had his heart. Benny Simon said Sneeko was open-minded, so Destiny got jealous. Destiny sells NFT and hates black people. Destiny needs money, clout, and pills to get. Doommedia has an ugly mouthpiece.
Aye, monster on the beat, ho, Debo, any rap nigga, he a free throw, man down, call her Amber Lambs, tell him breathe, bro, nail a nigga to the cross, he walk around like Tizo. What's up with these jabroni ass niggas trying to see Compton? The industry can hate me, fuck them all and they mama. How many options you really got? I mean, it's too many options. I'm finna pass on this body, I'm John Stockton. Beat your ass and hide the Bible if God watching. Sometimes you gotta pop out and show niggas. Certified boogeyman, I'm the one that up to score with him. Walking down whole time, I know he got some hoe in him. Pole on him, extort shit, bully the flow on him. Say Drake, I hear you like I'm young. You better not ever go to cell block 1. To any bitch that talk to him and they in love, just make sure you hide your little sister from him. They tell me Chubb's the only one that get your hand-me-downs. And party at the party playing with his nose now. And Baka got a weird case, why is he around? Certified lover boys, certified pedophiles. Wop, 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 wop. That fuck him up. Wop, 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 wop. I'ma do my stuff. Why you trolling like a bitch, ain't you tired? Trying to strike a chord and it's probably A minor. They not like us. 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 You think the Bay gon' let you disrespect Pop, nigga? I think that Oakland show gon' be your last stop, nigga. They cold foul. I don't know why you still pretending. What is the owl? Bird niggas and bird bitches. Go. The audience not dumb. Shape the stories how you want. Hey Drake, they're not slow. Rabbit hole is still deep. I can go further, I promise. Ain't there some B-Ret stands for bitch and you Malibu most wanted. Ain't no love boy, you ball boy, fresh Gatorade or something. Since 2009, I had this bitch jumping. You niggas will get a wedgie, be flipped over your boxes, or over your foe. The other vaginal option, pussy. Nigga better straighten they posture. Got famous all up in contact. Might write this with a doctor. Tell a pop star quit hiding. Fuck a caption, won't action. No accident, I'm hands on. He fuck around, get polished. Fucked on Wayne Grow, he was in jail. That's conniving. Then get his face tatted like a bitch apologizing. I'm glad D-Rose came home, y'all didn't deserve him neither. From Alondra down to Central, nigga better not speak on Serena. Your homeboy needs subpoena. That predator moving flocks. That name gotta be registered and placed on neighborhood watch. I lean on you niggas like another line of walk. Yeah, it's all eyes on me and I'ma send it up the pot. Ay, put the roll label on me, I'ma get them dropped. Ay, sweet chin music and I won't pass the ox. Ay, how many stocks do I really have in stock? Ay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plus 5. Ay, devil is a lie, here 69 God. Ay, freaky ass niggas need to stay their ass inside. Ay, roll their ass up like a fresh pack of Zod. Ay, city is back up, it's a must, we outside. Ay. They not like us, they not like us, they not like us. They not like us, they not like us, they not like us. Once upon a time, all of us was in chains. Homie still double down, calling us some slaves. Atlanta was the mecca, building railroads and trains. Bear with me for a second, let me put y'all on game. The settlers was using town folk to make them richer. Fast forward 2024, you got the same agenda. You run to Atlanta when you need a check balance. Let me break it down for you, this the real nigga challenge. You caught Future when you didn't see the club. Hey, what? Little baby help you get your lingo up. What? 21 get your first street cred. Thug make you feel like you a slime in your head. Hey, what? Quavo said you can be from Northside. What? 2 Chainz say you good, but he lied. You run to Atlanta when you need a few dollars. No, you not a colleague, you a fucking colonizer. The family matter and the truth of the matter. Here was God's plan to show y'all the liar. He a fan, he a fan, he a fan. He a fan, he a fan, he a freaky ass nigga, he a 69 God. Freaky ass nigga, he a 69 God. Hey, 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 run for your life. Hey, 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 run for your life. Freaky ass nigga, he a 69 God. Freaky ass nigga, he a 69 God. Hey, 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 run for your life. Hey, 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 run for your life. Let me hear you say OV-ho. OV-ho. Say OV-ho. OV-ho. Then step this way, step that way. Then step this way, step that way. Are you my friend? Are we locked in? Then step this way, step that way. Then step this way, step that way.
Did I take long enough? I was playing chess. Don't have my lights on or anything. Okay. Ooh, do I ever set up on my phone? I don't know if I do. Let's see what is on here. Log in. It's a good one. Fuck. How the hell did I... What? Fuck. That's obnoxious. So many slurs. Lots of them. Elo? Let's turn this shit off. Let's get lo-fi in here. There we go. Trying to set up my I got a new phone. I don't know what the fuck that is. Yes. Gotta turn my old phone up. Open up Wiz. Thanks for the sub, Polar. Don't ever show your screen on the stream. You fucking. What, my white screen? It was just this. Oh. That dims it, that's crazy. I don't know why. I don't know what Google account I'm using. Bad habit forming in real time. I'm not that stupid, all right? I know when to show my screen and when not to show my screen. Mud crabs are forever. Okay. See if I can set that up a little bit better. Play that again. What? It doesn't want to replay. There we go. Are you serious, Polar? You fucking kidding me? That fucking scumbag. At least I'm getting the money and not that fucking loser. Yeah, I think Polar creates a bunch of accounts. I don't know if he does that or if he's doing something else. To get that working. Hey, Neve.
He has returned.
I have.
That was promised.
Oh, okay. I never created an account on here. Now I did. Let's log in.
It's new.
There we go. All right. blue. All right. Fixed. I got a pixel. This thing is so nice.
You got a Pixel.
Oh yeah.
How is that?
I love it. This is the nicest fucking phone I've ever had. I mean, it better be. It's fucking the newest one. But yeah, no, I love this thing. My phone was just shitting the bed so hard because Verizon does this stupid bullshit where they're like, where they change their contracts to 3 years instead of 2, and you don't have the option to upgrade early. You have to wait all the way through those 3 fucking years to get a new goddamn phone. It's
Dude,
just
that's like
bullshit.
That's for a long time.
Yeah, phones shit the fucking bed
Kind
before
of now.
3 years.
Cankle sucks
the idea
these.
that you could renegotiate like a new phone before the end of your contract was like a pretty new thing, but not that.
Huh?
Makes me wonder if there's gonna do it too. Like you said, like you could basically, well, there's like you trade in like your phone almost, and get like if you're like an iPhone user, it's like every year, every 2 years, you can like trade in your iPhone for the newest ones. I don't know if you've ever seen a program like that, but is that kind of what you were?
Like the early upgrade thing? Yeah, it used to be like that, but they changed it.
But yeah, that's like, I feel like that wasn't always a thing here.
Thanks for the sub, Bowler.
Who sub you to us?
Gifted it to MJ Plays. Polar, what are you just watching my my YouTube chat and finding people that have chatted in my Twitch chat before? Noise assist. Assist. What's on the docket? Smoking lots of meth. We're doing all the drugs today. Typing lessons. Let me wait, growling. Based. But yeah, like with my old phones, I was able to do like early upgrades, but they just got rid of that shit completely. It's obnoxious.
No, that's really fun.
Yeah.
Annoying. I hate that stuff. Like telecommunications companies are fucking scum.
Yeah. Grimy shit.
Really? Actually, yeah. We don't even have any often. It's terrible. Monopoly or with that stuff.
What's going on with your mic? It's like super muffled and like choppy.
That's what someone was saying earlier. I like unplugged it and replugged it in. Sometimes that helps. I like unplugged it and replugged it.
It's like a little bit better.
I'm also kind of sitting far away from it. So to my chair. I don't know if this is better.
It's a little better. You gotta get yourself a dynamic mic. And a
dynamic mic.
And an interface. Get away from that.
Oh yeah, it
piece
does
of
sound
shit.
funky.
Hello, sir. I'm Indian, sir. Please help me, sir. What the fuck? He gifted a sub to Indian tech support. Indian tech supporter.
Indian tech supporter.
Oh yay, I lost a YouTube sub. Sick. Dope. Fucking sick, dude.
Switching mics.
It's a great night already, dude. Alright. Typing lessons. Just kidding. Okay.
Oh no. How bad is this one?
How bad is what one?
This mic.
Say more stuff.
I'm saying more stuff.
Like it sounds shitty, but it's not like it's not the worst.
This one is literally the fucking call center attachment part to my mic.
It's
so
definitely better than the microphone you were using.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that.
Why is Abby streaming? Ew.
Light it up, F-boys.
So why am I following this? Yucky. Bye. I don't know why I just did that.
Who loves the Quickie Mart? Not you, buddy. You hate it.
To Tom. Okay. Why?
What? You're speaking for Tom?
Polar. Just
If anyone ever finds out about how I spent the GoFundMe, I am definitely getting canceled. Hello guys and gals,
probably.
me Mutahar, and today's video is one that required quite a fair bit of research, and it's one that I should have released a few...
What did he say in the beginning there?
Oh, everybody, it's me, Mutahar.
Oh my god.
I'm pretty sure that's what he said.
If anyone ever finds out about how I spent the GoFundMe, I am definitely getting canceled. Hello guys and gals, me Mutahar, and today's video is one that required quite a fair bit of research, and it's one that I should have released a few weeks ago. It's a video that might be one of my most controversial videos, but one that required looking back years upon years of internet history to come to an actual conclusion of one of the most dangerous people on the web, an international transgender activist that some of you all may know as Keffals. Now, Keffals is not necessarily a popular activist. They're an online transgender activist known for fighting against the controversial website Kiwi Farms. Her campaign saw mainstream attention after a highly publicized swatting, where she alleged mistreatment.
Mudcrab, what are you talking about? It's late, but there's more in this that nobody had.
By the Canadian Police Services. The online harassment escalated until she was forced to flee her home country to escape. With the media and an entire community backing her, she raised over $100,000 on GoFundMe to recoup her losses and pursue legal action against law enforcement. This is the story the public heard all the way up in 2022. Turns out her entire career and almost everything she said is a lie. Join me as I take you down a journey that involves SWAT teams, misgendering, do-it-yourself hormones, cat boys, and a scam many have tried to expose, yet for some reason almost no one is talking about.
Yeah, but you gotta remember, he's not shooting this out to like the audience that already knows it. He's shooting it out to everybody else. And then giving the audience that already knows it that little bit that they didn't know. This is like all of it.
Probably explain a bit more about who Keffals is. Her name is Clara Sorrenti, first rose to prominence in a community of another left-wing political streamer named Bosch, garnering a following by posting memes on Twitter. With this notoriety, she began streaming video games on Twitch in March of 2020. Her focus shifted to politics later that year after a wave of anti-trans legislation swept through the United States. She went on to raise $200,000 for a campaign for Southern equality to protect trans youth. By the end of the year, her Twitter surpassed 10,000 followers, and while most were on board with the activist, others grew very critical of how she used her platform. Clara regularly directed her chat to brigade targets by ratioing them. Ratioing, for anybody who's not terminally online, is when you try to get more likes to the original post in a quote tweet or a reply. This amounted to coordinating with her chat on stream, and even if you blocked her, she would just use alternate accounts to achieve this goal. It was through this that she got into her first real internet beef in early 2022. On March 22, 2022, Clara had a spat with online notorious agitator Ian Miles Chong. Their back and forth continued for hours as she commanded her viewers to ratio him. Then at around 4:50 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, her chat was brigaded with hateful messages. Despite the timing, one of her mods would end up blaming someone else, another streamer named Destiny. Destiny is a kind of progenitor of the entire online leftist streaming space. His stream is where both Vosh and Hassan Piker got their start. These people used to be friends, and nowadays, not so much. And that is reflected in their communities. The only evidence implicating Destiny was a quote tweet where he called her cringe. Ooh, the shock! It was posted 2 hours after the rape. Despite this, Clara and her community insisted it was
Fuck.
That was crazy.
Okay. Okay. The ooh woo really fit perfectly.
That was wild, Ryan.
his fault. Once again, there was no evidence he had any involvement, yet she used it as justification to deplatform him. Her first response was to try to get his Twitter mass reported and banned. She took sites on his Twitch channel, launching what can only be described as a full-fledged character assassination. There are countless examples of her legitimate slander and flat-out lies about Destiny. He detailed the worst of her behavior in an extensive document he published back in 2000.
A document that, by the way, Ninetales is in. Thanks for the raid, Food Jobs. Oh, you know what? I should pull up those fucking DMs I posted. This fucking schizoid scumbag. This was the first bit. Deleted one of the two, right? It was, I guess rehab didn't give you a backbone. Right? Said that. In reality, you just can't handle criticism, and you definitely can't take the heat you dish out. My bad on the rehab thing. I do feel bad there. Oh. Funny. The psycho went right back to it. Also, this is hilarious. If I'm too dumb to understand the simple things you're saying, then you just suck at saying things. Nothing's ever your fault, Ninetales. That would be a good burn if it landed and wasn't just your comprehension issues in action. How ironic and fucking brain dead and an obvious self-own that her comprehension issues didn't allow her to see that I was just shitting on her comprehension issues. And she goes, I know you are, but what am I? Fucking rope. So stupid. This is a I know you are, but what am I? It's pathetic.
Yeah.
Here are some things you're too busy being ableist to consider that do land. I don't make videos. How is that a burn? I live in squalor. Yes, I said you're a loser. I'm an abject failure in all of my goals. Yes, I also said you're a loser. Can I take the training wheels off? Because your flailing is getting embarrassing to just witness. So is yours.
Take my words.
Oh, God.
And then I said right back, that would be a good burn if it wasn't exactly the thing I was just implying and clearly a pathetic attempt at deflection. I know you are, but what am I? Sounds about right for you. You never quite did comprehend the shit you read anyways. You just parrot talking points and tell people to go read a specific book that you're unable to talk about coherently yourself. I implied it. Obvious cop-out is obvious. What the fuck? You want all the credit without any of the hard work. Maybe he's born with narcolepsy. Maybe it's relapse. See, it's not hard when you're brave enough to just say it with your chest. Just like you did earlier and then backtracked on it with my bad about the rehab thing. What a fucking slime ball. Kill yourself.
What the fuck did I miss that was like, what were you guys arguing over?
Oh, literally nothing. Literally nothing. This is what set me off, by the way. I was being very polite, trying to de-escalate, and then this happened. It was, It's not hard for me to humble myself when the person on the other end is respectable and does the minimal effort to act like a human being. For example, if I cared what you think, I'd admit I was being antagonistic and apologize, but you're not worth that much effort. You're literally a worm that needs to be stepped on.
Oh my god.
Literally telling me I need to be killed.
Oh my god.
That's fucking crazy.
For saying
Not surprising
retarded.
at all, though.
For saying retarded. And then, by the way, at the end of all that other shit, where she clearly was unable to comprehend that I was saying her comprehension skills are garbage, and then did the I know you are, but what am I? I was like, oh, I get why you get so upset over saying retarded. It's because you are retarded. And you feel personally offended when anyone says it because you're a fucking retard. You're an actual special ed retard. You are brain dead. And then, yeah, the R slur thing. Thanks for playing. If you're not convinced, stop huffing your own farts all the time. It's weird how I can find ways to insult without saying the R slur over and over, isn't it? Oh, wait, oh, wait, no, that's expected. Like, every time I think of a new one, I make you seem more and more useless. What? Huh? Huh? Well, ironic how none of these things, none of these replies have the word retarded in them. And she's still saying the only insult I know is the R slur. I said, adults don't throw hissy fits and hurl insults at people unprovoked. You're a whiny child. Yeah, you know, I don't think whiny child is retard. I mean, you are a whiny, retarded child. But that's still not saying retarded in the text. Ugh. Ninetales is just so fucking retarded. I just can't. Oh shit. Hi, you're Dave.
Hi, I'm Dave.
You are. Saw.
I need to mute the stream. There we go. I remember back before Cankle was this big streamer, and I could just jump in here and mess with them all the time.
Very.
All right, you got 5 minutes, Dave, and then you're gone.
Wait, why were you in the fluffing room and not the supplier waiting room?
I don't know, because I don't...
Do you have access to it?
I'll look in a second. Give me 1 second. Pull back. Nope.
You don't?
I've got drive-in, live shooting gallery, fluffing room.
Oh, that's weird. Okay.
But I am a supplier, so I don't know.
That's, yeah, no, I set it up so that the suppliers have access to this.
No, it's not a...
Oh, okay, I get it. Hold on. What?
Oh, good. I just wanted to razz you a little bit.
Wait. No, it says that.
Still can't see it.
I'm so confused. It's a private channel, and I have that role.
There should be an option that says can view.
Yeah, it says view channel. I've got it on there. Let's see. Can't view. Can view. Save changes.
Let me switch and switch back, maybe.
It should be right under live shooting gallery, supplier waiting room. Now it's under fluffing room. Now it's back over.
Nope. Not on mine.
Huh.
Troubleshooting Discord.
That's super fucking weird.
We can worry about this some other time.
Yeah.
It's not that
fuck
important.
Fuck it.
Don't let it derail.
Well.
That was not my goal. Okay, maybe slightly.
Based. True, Mudcrab, true.
Hey, just give me admin for 2 minutes and I'll fix it for you.
Word. Go for it. You got it.
Alright.
I
still can't see the room. What the fuck? Okay, I see it now. Why is it way down there?
Where is it?
It's way down at the bottom.
By what?
By Open Hangout, Lo-Fi. The very, very, very bottom. It's like the third thing up.
That's super strange.
That's not where you see it?
No, I have it now. I have it above live shooting gallery.
That's not where I'm seeing it.
Keldos, you're such an absolute coward. Didn't even show up. Neither did Gayfesh. Show up to what? What happened? What did I miss?
They're gonna fight you.
Oh, good.
You've missed like everything.
Yeah, I have.
Been a lot's gone on.
I missed a lot.
You chose a bad time to be
Yeah,
away.
Saturday was my birthday, and I went down to New York City.
Happy
birthday.
Oh, happy
Hey.
birthday.
Everybody sing it.
Nope, I will
Go
literally
Neve.
ban you all.
Birthday to you.
You're getting muted. That is one of my pet peeves. I fucking hate that shit with a passion. I hate
When
it.
people appreciate you for being alive, me too.
Yes. I don't know why I hate it so much. I really fucking hate it.
How does it make you feel?
Uncomfortable. You fucking.
Is there some kind of trauma that could be behind that?
Nope. Probably just got annoyed when I was a kid. A lot.
No, if you got older siblings, birthdays can suck sometimes.
I mean, I've got
And you
one
learn to
older
hate them.
sibling. I've got two older siblings, but I didn't like grow up with them. I was the older sibling in my house.
Could it have been a lack of friends or something?
Nope. Definitely not that.
It could be. Never mind.
That would only be like two of the 18 years, kind of. Lack of poon, funny. I need to fucking get a new job.
True.
Okay, it's there now.
Is it?
Mm-hmm. You can
Alright.
switch me now.
Just
Good.
start doing an after
still
hours
there?
booba stream on Twitch.
Yep.
Is it above live shooting gallery?
Yep.
So what changed? Why didn't
So it goes the drive-in, supplier waiting room, live shooting gallery.
Okay. Why didn't it
I had to hit show all.
Oh. Oh. Okay.
Yeah, so if somebody doesn't have that clicked on, they won't be able to see it.
That's so fucking stupid.
Yeah.
Okay. How do I
But
change that?
It's fixed now. I can see it. You would have to go up to where server settings are, and it says show all channels. I don't know if you can force that though.
I think I might be able to.
Okay. I don't know. I never had that problem in my server. And I have channels that are like that, for sure.
I've never had that before either. That was a weird one.
Yeah.
And I also have other channels that are like that.
So I was very confused.
Yeah. Oh, fuck. Yeah, no, I can't. I can't.
It might have been in like a hidden group of channels. And the only reason this one was showing up was because people were in it, is my other guess.
Oh, maybe. Fuck it.
22. And I'm only going to touch on a few examples because this video is going to be as long as it is.
Find out if
The
anybody else
first thing to point out is she was successful in depriving him of one of his main sources of income. She painted Destiny as transphobic for not supporting trans women competing in sports with cis women. Even if you disagree with this, that doesn't necessarily make Destiny transphobic. It's a fringe pressure point of a much larger, broader issue. It's a highly specific, contentious issue and an unfair characterization of his broader catalog. Regardless, her labeling garnered enough support to get Destiny banned off of Twitch within 24 hours for hate speech. She immediately took credit, gloating about taking away his primary source of income. Hey Steve, I just took away your primary source of income. Please leave me alone and stop bullying trans people for content. He picked a fight with me, he got banned, I won. This behavior was not only encouraged, but rewarded with 30,000 new followers that week. An important thing to remember is that if you're banned off Twitch, you cannot appear on the site at all. For the longest time, you couldn't even show his face on screen without getting in trouble. Now that he couldn't defend himself, she spread even more blatant falsehoods. The same day, she baselessly accused Destiny of stealthing, which is secretly removing a condom during sex without the partner's consent. This is generally considered a form of you-know-what, which Clara brings up in her accusation.
Oh yeah, meanwhile he stealths people, which is legitimately a form of... Insane. Insane shit.
To this day, there has never been any evidence or even an allegation made towards Destiny about this. She walked it back shortly after, which shows just how callous she is towards claims of such a serious nature. But because he was deplatformed, she was able to further a false narrative to her chat as well as tens of thousands of people on Twitter. They all either assumed she was being honest or didn't care she was slandering him because they had already disliked Destiny. In retrospect, her behavior paints a clear picture of how she would conduct herself in the future. It wasn't long into this drama that Keffals got noticed by the site Kiwi Farms, who started a thread about her on March 26, 2022. Clara quickly tried to guilt Destiny by association, claiming he used the forum and was even friends with the owner. And what was the reasoning? Well, because apparently he has an account is because he was a target on the site since 2017 with his own board. All his posts are arguing with trolls in his own thread. He was also never friends with Null, who is the owner of Kiwi Farms. He has also gone on record to wish him death several times. Null, by the way, wishing death on Destiny.
And this is while he's out, I guess, around with. And it's just like, he's super gross. And sometimes he says things which are funny or agreeable. And it's like, I wish I could like you, bro, but you're creepy and gross and weird. And your brain's all up and your shit's all and you talk like a... So we can't be friends. And I kind of think the world would be better off with you.
Clara knew this, but intentionally spread a lie that they met 10 years ago on the game StarCraft. When confronted, she admitted, I know, I wanted him to respond to the accusation, it was bait. At this point, I should probably take some time to explain exactly what Kiwi Farms is. Kiwi Farms is an online website dedicated to discussing internet figures. Okay, you probably heard about internet lolcows, people like Chris Chan.
What did you say?
I just said that is insane.
Big time. It was bait.
I
The
didn't know that.
accusation was bait. That was fucking insane. Keffals is a wild one.
It's in the territory.
Boogie2988 or Daniel Larson, who has his own legal problems of late. The website's composed of various threads where users effectively congregate to document and follow individuals with a negative lens, okay? Now, we have to acknowledge that Kiwi Farms does allow doxing, okay? On the site, it's permitted to post the personal information of anybody being discussed, including full names, phone numbers, home addresses, hell, even blood type if you can find it, and most other forms of personally identifiable information. It's also a site where anything goes, okay? It's like the Wild West of the internet. You ever try to look up me on some of these threads? You'll probably find Indian and poo in the loo and crazy stuff all day, every day. Kiwi Farms was made back in 2013 by Joshua Connor Moon.
Yeah, I'm gonna get on there and I'm gonna start doxing people's blood types.
Oh shit!
Start sending fucking vials of their own blood to them.
Okay.
I got this from the fucking blood bank.
Also online known as Null. The original purpose of the site was to document internet figure Chris Chan. After they covered Chris Chan initially, it started to change itself and rebrand into a general purpose online gossip wiki, so to speak, where they started to cover various individuals like Darkside Phil, Boogie, Wings of Redemption, who all actually have threads. And the site does have a propensity to make threads about transgender individuals. Anti-trans sentiment is banned on a lot of major platforms, and as a result, the site has become a place for those opinions to effectively congregate. Now again, I want to start off by saying I don't endorse or support that behavior. In fact, I outright condemn it, alright? There's no reason to have any form of hate on the internet. That being said, alright, whatever goes on the site does fall under free speech and is entirely legal, okay? It's somewhat of a misnomer online that apparently doxing somebody is against the law. It is against the law to hack someone's accounts and breach their privacy to obtain their personal information, but that behavior is not encouraged by the site, and of course that behavior is punishable by law. But technically, it is not against the law to post someone's address against their will. As shitty as that sounds, most controversial internet figures have threads on this site, where they not only document their personal information, but they collect any piece of content, tweets, and documents that they post online. So early on, Clara blamed the thread's creation on Destiny, saying he was the reason they found out about her. Later, she admitted it was her constant instigating that actually caught their attention.
How did the Kiwi Farm stuff even start? They noticed me because I started doing Twitter ratios. And they went from getting mad about Twitter ratios to digging up every single thing in the last 28 years of my life, looking for more reasons to be mad at me.
Again, hypocrisy and misstatements are going to be rife in this video. After Destiny got banned from Twitch, the owner of Kiwi Farms discussed their feud on their podcast. The episode was streamed live on March 25th. Clara reacted on Twitter, calling him the final boss of transphobes, and proclaiming she wouldn't back down. I have done nothing wrong, nor will I be going anywhere. Her thread was created the next day, racking up page after page scrutinizing her early life and online history. That included rumors of embezzling funds from her local Communist Party chapter for opiates, and a supposed Discord server called the Catboy Ranch.
I support that one. Embezzle funds for opiates from communists anytime. Go for it.
I thought you were saying you support Catboy Ranch.
Nope.
And it's teaching people how to make bathtub estrogen.
Definitely not. Not supporting that one. But you know what? If you want to embezzle some funds from some kooky commies, go for it.
That's pretty based.
Fucking shoot, bitch.
It was posted alongside her and her family's personal information, which understandably made her very upset. Clara spoke out about this, which led many people who'd been similarly targeted to join her in solidarity. This began what eventually became #DropKiwiFarms. #DropKiwiFarms was a movement to get the site taken off the internet.
Exactly.
They specifically went after service providers like Cloudflare, who provided DDoS protection.
Oh, I need Addy to show up so I can show him I do have a Charizard.
I need Addy to show up just so I know he's still alive.
True. I just want to know if he's Wheat Waffles. Because if so...
He is.
I haven't seen him since I posted that last song about him. Kind of concerned.
I saw him.
I know he was watching a lot of chats.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I'm pretty sure I saw him. Oh, it was on Easy Stream. Never mind.
Yeah, he made a hit piece about me, or the diss track.
Really?
It was so lame. So
it was,
bad.
It was probably one of his worst so far.
It was like a hit piece on himself, just putting that out.
He literally, out of one sentence I said to Mantis, decided to label me a perv.
Sup, people?
Because Mantis was calling me a cue baller or bowling ball. And I was like, don't lie, you want to rub it. And he's like, oh, Dave said you want to rub it. He's a perv.
Hornet.
I would like to just say that I was right about the Mantis victory lap.
Oh, absolutely. I knew that was coming.
I saw it and I was just like, there it is.
Whatever. Let her.
What did she say though? It's a shame I couldn't see any of it.
Okay, I was literally screenshotting it and it got deleted. But
It was
either like
claiming W's on. Yeah.
It was basically like, I told you guys that he was a piece of shit, blah blah blah, but no one listened. And then she also said, yeah, she also said that it was all of our faults for enabling him.
Her complaints were literally all content related. None of them were personality related. I mean, eventually probably got there, but.
So she was. I was under the impression she was roasting you guys, but I guess we were all roasting. We were all roasted. What?
She was like, you guys couldn't see anything.
Yeah, it was kind of roasted. Yeah, because she was saying like, yeah, it's your guys' fault for letting him go on this long and like enabling him.
Huh.
I was just like, is it though?
Those of us who enabled take responsibility. Should have pulled out sooner. Pull-out game was not on point. Sorry.
Mine was, but you guys kept pulling me back in.
Well, we liked having you around. So, I mean, what do you want?
What was it that blew up the whole thing? Like, what blew up everyone's thing with him?
I gotta go, guys. Good night.
Oh my god.
Good night, Dave.
Dave's.
Did you hear all of that? That's so cringe.
Like, actually, did he just leave? Yo, ban that motherfucker. What the fuck? Yeah, I think it was just a combination of things, dude.
Yeah.
Honestly. Personality related things like TLDR, I think it was like a dude that a lot of other dudes thought was a good person, had like a good character and shit like that. And then we worked our asses off to build him up on a platform. And he started spending less time near us, so we didn't really notice a change. Like spending less time talking to us, so we didn't notice like the true character coming out, the true like ideology or whatever the fuck you want to call it. So by the time it got there and we started to see things, like when you consider someone a friend, you're trying to see the best in them, and it kind of makes you blind to the worst in them.
Mm-hmm.
But then once I took a step back, I started to notice shit, and it was just like, nah, he's gross, piece of shit. That's my opinion anyway.
Yeah. Okay.
To the point where he had an online argument with a dude who did MMA, and Easy's like collecting docs on him, like not just his docs, but his mum's docs, his dad's docs, his brother's docs.
I heard about that part. That's kind of fucking crazy.
Yeah, that's insane.
It's 5 a.m. going to bed. Lame.
Dave.
Lame.
How's a big man so weak?
Pussy. I'm gonna start calling you Shrimp Dave.
The EMP stands for empathy, not emperor. He's an empath.
It's for empanada.
He's got crystals and shit.
It's for empanada because he's just he's fucking crunchy on the outside but full of soft ass meat. Oh, shit.
And mitigation services. They argued Kiwi Farms was a stalking and harassment site that bullied people into taking their own lives. However, this largely picked up after her story received widespread mainstream coverage. For a while, her focus stayed on trying to bludgeon Destiny with their reputation. On July 18th, Keffals announced a tell-all about Destiny's association with the site. This backfired.
Oh my god.
Wait. I'm confused. I'm a little lost.
Jumbie, the MMA fighter guy, was on Neve's stream.
Okay.
So Brazilian lad was just saying like, I told everyone it was rest now.
Okay. That's cocaine is one hell of a drug. I've done.
Oh, Resto, now that you're here, I totally took what you said the other day. I was telling everybody earlier how you would like put $2 donations in the chat and it would like encourage other people to do it. Like on Neve's stream, I thought of that and I was like, gonna donate $20 and I decided not. I was like, I'm gonna go for like $5. And like fucking donations just poured in after that. I was like, damn, he is onto something.
Damn. That's kind of wild. Fucking get me up to 500 subs. Start doing that shit with me. Fuck.
Hey, I already gave you $100.
True. True. Do it every day. I'm kidding.
Her thumbnail used a picture of Destiny's face,
could he do it
violating
every
Twitch's
day? You
policy
stream, like,
on banned
twice a week.
streamers. Her channel got
Every day I
banned
stream.
before she could even start, forcing her to stream
Even
on
better.
YouTube instead. The attention only
Not
incentivized Kiwi Farms to keep prodding, and a week later, she fell victim to an attempted swatting. The incident has made public on the 9th of August in a video titled, "My Life is in Danger, I Need Your Help." Clara explained that
Hey, there's
4
the
days
dono
earlier on
link
August
right
5th,
there.
she woke up
Popped
to
up,
police
perfect
services
timing.
pointing an assault rifle at her face.
On August 5th, I was woken up by London Police Services pointing an assault rifle in my face.
A letter had been emailed to every city council member in London, Ontario, threatening a mass. Clara was arrested, booked, and held in custody for 11 hours. They searched her apartment and confiscated several devices. They allegedly misgendered her and even booked her under her dead name. If you're unaware, dead naming refers to using a prior name for a trans person generally associated with the gender they were assigned at birth. This worsened an already traumatic experience she considered a hate crime. The video was posted alongside a GoFundMe with the stated intent of helping Clara recoup her losses, move immediately, and build a legal fund to protect her rights. It received widespread media attention, bringing in over $100,000 in donations. Even with their support, however, it seemed like there was no escape. Trolls kept figuring out her location as she was forced into hiding, and her battle against Kiwi Farms continued. Even after fleeing the continent, eventually she was successful in getting the site dropped by Cloudflare.
Why, Dave? Also, thanks for the sub, Polar.
Oh, he's just saying that because when you get, he says it. I think he thinks it's because you get more followers that way.
Oh, true.
Dude, the EMP stands for empathy thing fucking killed me. I just couldn't get my mic working in time, so.
How do I do that? My settings are unavailable.
Settings for what?
My YouTube studio settings. It's unavailable.
Uh-oh.
It just says, oops, something went wrong, retry.
Neve is the captain now.
What did you say?
Don't worry.
He was insulting you.
What did you say this time?
He called you a name that I'm not willing to repeat.
Oh my god.
I was afraid of this.
Shit. Any subscribers? 1 minute. Or any duration.
1 minute's reasonable. Or I didn't know that you can just do any duration, so. $69 minutes.
69 minutes is too long. You want like 3 minutes or 5 minutes?
5 days.
1 minute. 1 minute is fine. Any longer and you're disincentivizing someone for just being curious.
Who cited an imminent threat to human life. Without their protection, Kiwi Farms became vulnerable to illegal denial of service attacks and was forced to shut down. Now this is the story that the public was led to believe. Concluding a successful campaign, Keffals reiterated over and over that the site had been shut down. It only became more difficult to insist as time had gone on, given it's obviously not true. Kiwi Farms is up to this day, and by all metrics, it has way more stability than ever before. And what many of her supporters don't realize is that this is truly the beginning of the web of lies that make up this entire ordeal. Almost everything you've heard about this whole situation is a lie. And that's why I'm going to explore in depth in these next two sections. These are two very important aspects to the story to address: her portrayal of the swatting and how exactly the money was spent. When it comes to something as serious as swatting, it's important not to downplay its severity. This is a crime that's taken innocent people's lives. But curiously, her story began to change as time went on. The narrative set forth in her initial video is one of terror. Clara says on the 5th of August, she is awoken by police services pointing an assault rifle at her face. This specific detail is referenced in her video several times.
On August 5th, I was woken up by London police services pointing an assault rifle in my face at my home. When I was woken up by police officers and saw the assault rifle pointed at me, I thought I was going to die. I feel traumatized.
Her story then changed to an encounter in the hallway. The exact phrasing is that she went into the hallway and then saw the weapon.
The email, Sorrenti says, had given out her real address and resulted in police with guns at her doorstep and her being arrested.
When I went into the hallway and then saw that assault rifle, I screamed and I thought I was going to die.
A month later,
I love how immediately contradicts the fucking statement. Immediately. Goes from woke up to an assault rifle in my face to when I saw that assault rifle in the hallway, I thought I was going to die. Which was it?
Well, she might have been sleeping in the hallway.
True.
It gets better. Don't worry. It gets better.
She admitted that they didn't enter her apartment until after she was in custody.
They did not go into my apartment until after I was in custody, and they had a search warrant signed.
These next few clips are of Alex, her fiancé at the time. Alex confirms she didn't wake up with a gun in her face and reveals Clara wasn't even the one to answer the door. They spoke to Alex first, who was already awake, and gave Clara enough time to put on pajamas.
So it wasn't quite that they knocked on the door and I answered. Rather, I was getting ready for the shower, and there was a tremendous pounding. And so, yeah, someone did not wake her with a rifle pointed 3 inches from her face, but essentially, as soon as she woke up...
Was I in a state of undress? I was naked, and I had to put on a pair of pajamas that was, like, on the floor before I could even go out to see the police officers.
See, the story has already morphed significantly from Clara waking up to guns in her face, to seeing guns in the hallway, to police never entering the apartment at all. The lack of consistency is concerning, given she was supposed to be taking legal action against them. And I mean, Keffals went so far as to compare herself to a victim of police brutality. Every time I see another story involving an innocent black man being killed by the police, I think back to last month when I had an assault rifle. Dog, whatever you think about the interaction, it is by no means comparable to what happened to Elijah McClain. And the fact that she can't keep her story straight just makes this so much more worse. Clara also claimed police were transphobic and booked her under a dead name. If you're unaware, dead naming again refers to using a prior name for a trans person generally associated with the gender they were assigned at birth.
During the arrest, the police officer referred to me by my dead name. I was booked in the station under my dead name. The police, when talking to my mother, referred to me as her son. The fact that a fake email led to London Police Services booking me under my dead name reveals the prejudice that many police have towards transgender people. This is despite the fact that the email contained my real name before ever even mentioning my dead name. This is one of the property bags returned to me after I was released from custody. All of the property bags returned to me have Roberts written on them. Roberts was my last name until I legally changed my name first to Kaylee Sorrenti on January 25th, 2012.
On August 11th, London Police Chief Steve Williams put out a statement regarding some of her accusations. He states that all activity in the holding cells is monitored by audio and video equipment. They reviewed the footage and found no evidence of Miss Sorrenti being addressed by her dead name and gender. Williams concluded her dead name was used on property bags due to the existence of a prior police report, explaining that it was literally for...
What?
You're not scuffed J-Stock anymore. You're J-Stock.
Oh my god.
Holy shit.
Crazy.
I mean, I would have to be embedded on DGG for that to be correct. Let me check. Let's see. Damn, nothing. Stephen Borelli on Twitch. That's funny.
Damn it.
J-Stock's offline. They have Hassan on embed. Not J-Stock. Banned account. Tyler 1. Not J-Stock. Ah, shit. Banned account. Kai Sinat. He's playing Elden Ring right now?
He's...
Bro, he got aura, bro! No glaze.
So no news about Kick or Keep? Is it dead?
No news at the moment. I don't know if it's dead though. Just don't know. Any murderers in chat? Oh, that's funny. Can't close Vim. Is that the tanky guy?
And then prior to that, a thing called machinima, where when you started making money on YouTube,
you're just saying some shit. So I understand it, but the thing I don't like is the verse part when they get to.
Did you watch any of this?
Bridges?
This episode, yeah.
No. Who the fuck is this?
I have not watched any Bridges.
R.A. the Rugged Man. So it was a weird one. Not awful, but not great either. But I don't know. It's a strange guest. Definitely a strange guest.
For tracking purposes. He
Nothing. Go.
apologized and ensured a solution would be implemented to prevent any of this in the future. Claire responded to the statement by reiterating her dead name was used during the arrest.
Nice.
She even
Brazilian
speculated
lad.
the
I know that's a
timing may have
lie.
been intentional so they wouldn't get caught.
It's important that he said, while I cannot confirm any conversations which might have transpired during Miss Sorrenti's initial arrest, and that's when it happened. The activity in the holding cells is monitored.
Damn right.
And I never
you
made a
still watch me all
statement
the time.
about any bad things that happened while I was in custody. I would absolutely assume that when the police know that these things are being recorded and can be part of public record, they would be more careful with how they go about their business. I don't expect them to
Go
acknowledge
start
how bad the
shilling for me to
situation
get embedded
actually
in
was.
BGG. That's what all of you
And
should be
there's
doing.
no way of verifying it besides first-person testimony because there's no body cams in the London Police Service.
Her own partner then contradicts the
If,
claim that
Cock
she was
goes
dead
back-
named during the arrest. Though
If Kiko Keep comes back, say, tell him that's what you want.
I might. Paste.
alludes to unspecified misgendering that occurred. Once again, any instance after the arrest should have been captured on recording.
And they yelled at Clara while she was in bed. So she got up. They were saying Clara Sorrenti. Note that they did not use her dead name at this point either.
As far as I know, is there anything I missed, Alex?
I think that's really the main gist of the arrest portion, which was really the most traumatic in terms of, you know, having the guns pointed at us, the misgendering that occurred. Yeah, that whole arrest. That is how it happened. It wasn't straight up dynamic entry. They didn't.
The absence of evidence means that this only remains a he said, she said scenario. But it's hard to take Clara's word at face value given her complete and total lack of credibility. Another key part of her story was that police had confiscated their devices, resulting in significant financial damages.
They seized both my personal and work phone, as well as the work computer that I broadcast on Twitch from. Not only that, but the police seized my fiance's cell phones and laptop, as well as their external drive, which contained the only copy of their PhD thesis and other important university documents. Because of the negligence of the police, we were both left functionally unemployed, and I have spent thousands of dollars replacing our computers and cell phones.
And this was one of her justifications to launch the GoFundMe, to recoup her losses.
I started a GoFundMe to move immediately, recoup my losses, and build a legal fund to protect my rights.
But there were no losses to recoup. The devices were returned after 3 days.
I eventually got my stuff back in like 3 days and got an apology from the chief of police.
That's nice.
So, yeah, that was really nice. Not nice how they responded to the situation, but I'll take it.
Now, if we're to believe that she meant 3 days after the swatting, that would place it on August 8th, a day before the GoFundMe started. There's also footage of Clara picking up her belongings from the police station, where you can see this property bag. It heavily resembles the property bag seen in her initial video. A close-up of one of the labels shows us a date of August 8th, 2022. This again implies that she got her stuff back before the video and GoFundMe ever even went live, and knowingly lied about needing to buy a new cell phone and computer. Even if you don't want to make that assertion, at best, she got her stuff back the next day, because this upload is dated August 10th. There's no way to reconcile these statements, and either way, it was dishonest to never update that campaign to reflect this.
Because of the negligence of the police, we were both left functionally unemployed. And I have spent thousands of dollars replacing our computers and cell phones, so our lives aren't completely destroyed by what happened to us.
Now, Keffals launched her GoFundMe on August 9, 2022 with an initial goal of $20,000. The page claims that if this amount was exceeded, the funds would be allocated to a legal fund to protect herself against ongoing and future threats to her safety. However, this was later changed to, I am keeping the GoFundMe up, but all donations are going directly to my legal fund, which I will be using to seek justice. Now, this is a very, very important distinction, because it means all the donations past the first 20 grand were explicitly for legal action. See, Clara gradually kept raising the goal until it reached over $100,000 on the 20th. If you want to be technical, it actually never ended, because she's still taking donations to this day. In fact, there wasn't even a fixed amount, which is odd, as it makes it seem like her goal was to basically raise as much money as possible rather than afford an intentional expense. Naturally, with her effort raising over $100,000, there were questions over how the money was spent. Claire's tried to poison the well numerous times by calling anyone who asks this question bad faith. I'll never do a GoFundMe breakdown for bad faith actors who neither support me nor contributed to the fund in the first place. Well, what if I gave money? Am I now allowed to ask? Ooh, that's a question we should bring up. You have to remember, this was a story that got mainstream coverage. There were over 150 articles published about the situation, including The Guardian, NBC, CNN, Bloomberg, the Associated Press, and Canadian state-funded news outlet CBC. Popular politicians like Jagmeet Singh of the NDP party took a stand by her publicly. Normies were led to believe a series of events that did not occur. And there are regular folk out there who don't have the time or capability to ensure their funds weren't misused, especially when there is a limited amount of financial support for at-risk members of the trans community. There is nothing wrong with questioning for transparency of where this money had went. In fact, more people should actually be asking where this money even went. Clara posted this photo in her Discord server, which was enough for trolls to bombard the hotel with pizzas. The next day, she uploaded a video declaring things had escalated and she was now in hiding. If you recall, another goal of hers was to move out immediately after someone hacked her Uber Eats account and sent $500 worth of food.
So what happened, I woke up and I got an email that the Uber, the email for my Uber Eats account was changed. And then I looked outside the door and there was like at least $500 worth of food ordered with my hacked Uber account. So I got doxxed again, except this time I also got hacked.
Tariq Nasheed meme? Tariq Nasheed meme. Take the thong out your pussy, player.
I think Mutahar was being too absolute with the timeline for the return of property he worked out. I think there's other ways to interpret that.
Say that again?
With how he worked out the timeline for the property to be returned, because Keffals said 3 days later, and he interpreted that as 3 days after the property was taken, but it also could have been 3 days after the GoFundMe was created. And not all property had to have been returned, like, all around the same time. The actual devices could have been returned later after other property was returned.
Okay.
I think that's a bit of a misstep there for him.
Okay.
She expedited an already planned trip to Europe. Her rationale was that London police didn't have the resources to stop online trolls. And then she went live to provide further details.
Are you moving to Europe? I'm gonna be living there for a while, but I'm not moving there. My fiance is staying back in Canada, and I'm gonna be in the UK on my own for a while. I think that the current plan is that in 2-3 weeks of my stay, my fiance is going to be coming over and we'll stay together for a while. On Monday, I find out if I got approved or not for the new place that I want to live at, which will give us a really good time frame of what we're gonna do.
Her fans begged her to stop giving out information.
Stop giving out details. Stop telling me what to do.
Later that day, Clara tweeted, "Do I have any followers in Europe? Let me know if you want to meet up." Her first stream back revealed she was in Northern Ireland.
So, I'm okay. I am currently in Ireland. I am staying with a friend. I'm safe. Things are good. Don't tell people what country. It is completely fine. Do you know how dense Ireland is? Very dense country. I do not think it's going to be a problem.
She was staying with a friend named Ellen. Her ex-fiancé never moved over for reasons we're actually going to discuss later. Ellen had already been doxxed months prior, and their apartment was found within 24 hours. And a troll took this photo outside their building. They were able to find her location just by using a doorknob. To be clear, I'm not endorsing any of this behavior or doing it, or even saying if you're careless, you deserve that this happens to you. My argument is that if you're willing to leave a continent to another continent to escape trolls, there is a lot you could do for less to mitigate the risk of doxing. For example, not buying equipment specifically for IRL streaming and announcing where you're going to be in advance. At one point, Ellen revealed they were going to go to visit a poutine truck in Belfast. The owner received bomb threats, which Clara used to tease an IRL stream on Twitter. Hey, maybe it's a one-off mistake, right? A day later, Ellen publicly fielded suggestions for future IRL stream locations in Ireland. I want to reiterate, if you are in hiding, why would you buy new streaming equipment specifically for streaming in the public, and then also share where you plan on going in advance? By her own admission, she wanted to stoke the flames in order to maximize publicity.
By intentionally making myself a lightning rod, so I could make kiwi farms more vicious and attack me to the point where Cloudflare had no choice. Because every time they attacked me, I publicized it. One of the things that I did intentionally for the success of the campaign was make myself a lightning rod. I egged them on. I egged Kiwi Farms on. I wanted them to attack me because by doing that, I was able to show the world how fucking vile they are.
In the past, streamers have been punished for similar behavior. Ice Poseidon was notorious for being a constant target of swatting. He was ultimately banned after streaming and getting swatted inside an airport, and while it wasn't his fault, at a certain point he was clearly feigning ignorance and enabling his troll's behavior for content. What makes Clara's behavior different, and what actually prevented her from staying in Canada? Well, if you think it's fucked up for me to question it, don't worry, because Keffals has since admitted that this entire cover story was all a lie. Nowadays, her explanation for leaving the continent was not to escape online harassment, but to escape her ex-fiancé, Alex, who she now accuses of being abusive. To not get too deep into it, this is after her ex-fiancé called her out for leaving to cheat on her with Ellen.
This is where I need to admit something. Last year, I was in the papers. This was on CBC, Canada's biggest media outlet. Twitch streamer and trans activist says she's leaving Canada for a while due to harassment. Earlier this month, Clara Sorrenti was the target of a swatting incident and has been doxxed and hacked. And there was a criticism that I frequently got throughout that time. How does moving to a different country help you with online harassment? And as we found out, it didn't. Because once I landed in Belfast, I had people showing up, making threats outside of where I was staying. And I knew that no matter where I went in the world, I would not escape online harassment as long as I was an online figure. And the truth is, I left the country because of my ex and because I was scared of my ex. Because my ex was abusive and abused me emotionally and yelled at me and consistently coerced me into sex. That's why I left. But I couldn't tell anyone. I didn't want it to be a big thing. I didn't want it to be in the papers while all the journalists were circling around and writing their stories. I didn't want that to be known. I didn't want any of this to ever be out in public. So here's
Her escape basically amounted to a paid-for vacation across Europe, evident by a leaked post from her closed Twitter circle on September 14th. Clara reveals she was staying in Ireland until the 27th, then heading to Spain until the 11th, before moving into her apartment on the 12th. Now the dates imply that she had already just bought tickets, but she ended up in London instead to watch a play. Clara then briefly returned to Ireland before flying to the United States to attend TwitchCon. Not only did she stream the event IRL, but she even antagonized Destiny's ex-wife for being married to him.
Keffals went to go, and she went up to Melina, and she was shaking. Like, it was like she was so anxious or so angry. She was like...
Oh.
She was shaking. Like, it was like she was so anxious or so angry, she was shaking, right? And she said, tell your husband, if he doesn't stop coming for me, I'm going to get his YouTube channel deleted. No memes. That happened, okay?
So Keffals moved into her new apartment on October 12th and used some of the GoFundMe money to pay for a full year's worth of rent in advance.
Okay.
So just a quick update. I have an apartment for October. I'm moving then. I have it. I've already paid. I'm putting it, like, I'm using the GoFundMe money to pay an entire year in advance.
Now, which is not something she ever said she was going to do, and a huge departure from just moving. Clara moves into a luxury apartment, and with a low approximation amounting to $28,000. So far, Clara has admitted to spending the money on new devices, as well as equipment for IRL streaming. She traveled across Europe, planning to visit Spain from Ireland, but ended up at a play in London instead. She then flies to TwitchCon in the United States before getting an apartment in Canada and then paying an entire year's worth of rent. There, she bought even more equipment to build a professional set with studio lights. While it's difficult to make an exact calculation for this, the gaming chair alone, her gaming chair, would have cost over $2,000.
I had to take extra caution with the set that I made. It's not even a set. It's just like part of my home. But it is basically a set. I have like studio lights. I have like whole camera thing. It's very professional.
I have whole camera thing.
So I had to go through all of this as soon as I got back from TwitchCon to make sure that I could just like return to my life before I was swatted.
But see, that wasn't the only thing she admits to spending some of this GoFundMe money on. Clara also says she contracted a security company in September to keep herself safe.
I consulted with a security company and they made all of my devices hack-proof, and they gave me tips on not getting doxxed again. They also helped me with a whole bunch of other stuff that I can't talk about because I signed an NDA, like a non-disclosure agreement. I already hired a lawyer, and all of the information between me and my lawyer is privileged and confidential, and I can't talk about it. So the money towards a legal fund is being utilized, but until the point where I can actually talk about what I'm doing, I can't say anything. So I use the money to find a place, to contract a security company to keep myself safe, and to hire a lawyer.
This raises an interesting question on what the security company was doing beyond making her devices hack-proof. That same month, she confronted a prolific member of the Kiwi Farms thread. Keffals tried to intimidate the user with their personal information, claiming to have hired a private investigator. I know the PI will get me more, though. He's still talking to the family and school officials. This didn't work because they doxed the wrong person. The user mocked her and asked if she paid for the PI using her GoFundMe. Clara responded, "No, the GoFundMe is currently in savings until I need to use it." In case you doubt the authenticity of these messages, Clara has confirmed that they are real several times. And I don't know about you, but hiring a private investigator so you can confront trolls with bad info doesn't sound like the action of someone in fear of their life. Her messages also contradict a tweet where she says $50,000 was already put into the legal fund. The final thing Clara mentions in that stream clip is using the money to hire a lawyer. What's interesting is that, by her own words, she already had a lawyer and was consulting 2 more. The day after the GoFundMe had launched. It was one of her earliest responses to criticisms over reportedly raising her goal.
Yes, I'm using these funds to move, but more importantly, once I'm safe, the rest of those funds are going to be used for legal expenses. Because I'm not just moving, I'm also taking legal action. I already have 1 lawyer, and I'm consulting with 2 more. I'm going to get justice for what happened to me.
You know, I have the experience to speak on this. Keffals always has heroin voice. Extreme heroin voice. I've had it.
Yeah, you basically sound like twins, like for real.
I do not sound like that. I don't sound like I'm struggling through every fucking word because my fucking nerves are way too numbed to push out the fuck you that I want to scream.
Sure.
You fucking transphobe.
And for every other marginalized person in this country who has been victimized.
Victimize yourself.
Legal fees are incredibly expensive. And I feel very fortunate that I was able to raise this much money.
It's not,
because
go get
I would not be able to take legal action if it wasn't for that.
This is strange in retrospect, as only 12 days later, she made it very clear she was holding off pursuing legal action against the London police.
After it first happened, I was
well, she used to steal her dad's opiates when he had cancer, but also she calls this her psychomotor retardation. I would just call it her actual retardation. And continued opiate theft and use.
Very mad at the police. And I wanted to hold their feet to the fire as much as possible. I wanted to even potentially pursue legal action against them. But they've taken the threat against my life very seriously. And I want to see justice. There's a lot of leads right now, and they might actually be able to catch the person who swatted me. And with what is going on and the connections to Kiwi Farms, knowing that they're monitoring the thread, we might actually see something happen.
Now, at around the same time, she told the Kiwi Farms user the money was in savings. She claimed she never said she was going to sue the police.
Yeah, that's all I said. I never said that I was going to sue the police. I wanted to be very careful with the language that I used because I don't know exactly what the plan is. I know that I'm eventually going to take legal action in some way or another, but I don't know yet, and I can't talk about the different things that have been discussed between my lawyer and I.
Now, going back to Destiny's manifesto, this was scrutinized on a much wider scale, which led many to start asking for a breakdown of expenses. Clara refused, because I'm not providing a product to investors, I won't be sharing expense breakdowns. I've been advised by lawyers to keep everything close to vest for legal and safety reasons. Clara rebuked that there was a legal fund. She got an apartment and was now processing the entire event. Now, you're probably wondering, if she wasn't planning on suing the police, why did she hire lawyers, and what was the point of the legal fund? Well, if you read between the lines, some of you might be able to infer what actually happened. On October 2nd, 2022, Clara posted a client engagement agreement to prove legal action was underway. If you look at the bottom, you can see the document reads, "We have concluded a review of our records, and we confirm that we have not identified a conflicting interest in representing you in this matter. We searched the following names that you provided to us as being relevant. The terms they searched for were Clara Sorrenti, Kiwi Farms, and KiwiFarms.net. Now, this proves she was paying money to consult lawyers about a lawsuit against Kiwi Farms, but not the London police. It's dated August 10th, the same exact day as her stream, stating that she'd consulted a lawyer. There isn't actually even a good explanation of why she did this. Kiwi Farms was never mentioned as the intended target of her legal fund. The only entity named in the GoFundMe was the London police. So this took place around the same time she claimed she never intended to sue the police, and if you're wondering why it didn't go anywhere, for as much as people hate Kiwi Farms, the website is entirely legal. There are countless examples of attempted litigation that demonstrate this and why it never actually came to fruition. One thing I also want to address is some people have said, whoa, did you get some of your evidence on the Kiwi Farms? Even if I did, that doesn't make the evidence inadmissible. A lot of the Kiwi Farms evidence is actually cataloged on archive websites that capture a snapshot of a web page and tweets and whatnot. This is to ensure that nothing that I'm showing you is actually altered, and it was as it was originally posted. This makes the evidence admissible. It's kind of like saying, wow, did you find that perfectly good piece of evidence sitting in the middle of a neo-Nazi compound? Yeah, trust me, I get the whole building surrounding it is pretty shitty, but that doesn't mean the evidence is inadmissible. It's still perfectly good evidence. I just wanted to address this point because it's a common deflection and one that I absolutely need to nip in the butt.
Suing Kiwi Farms was actually something that I previously considered and was consulting with lawyers about doing that. And I basically came to the conclusion after looking into it that it's not worth it. There's little I can do as a Canadian to benefit from doing a lawsuit against Kiwi Farms. The only possible lawsuit being a defamation lawsuit, which there is little to no benefit for me to do.
3 days after posting that letter, Clara admitted on a private stream that she hadn't even started yet. Her unnecessary traveling is blamed for keeping her busy, which to me is an admission that she wasn't all that interested
I got no room
in
to speak.
consulting her lawyers.
But I don't do like the awkward, weird, like autistic head movements. That's just... It feels like so, like, nervous lying. Especially because I've seen her talk straight, normal, fucking to the point, not moving around all over the place.
Now I'm going to be focusing more on the legal things because I'm settled down, I'm back in Canada, and I have time to work on this now. Consulted quite a bit with my lawyers, but we, at the time, were, especially during the campaign, basically unsure of how to go forward, especially because my availability was kind of all over the place.
And that's because this will be a very important issue later. She was still in the process of collecting evidence.
But The problem is right now is that I'm still in the process of I have to collect all the evidence. One of the first steps that you need to do is collect evidence. And if you announce prematurely who you are taking legal action against, it gives that party an opportunity to try and destroy as much evidence as possible. I'm not even going to publicly comment on the party either.
Now, for this to make sense, you kind of have to assume she wasn't talking about the police. In that case, we already know what proof does or does not exist. Her recount can't be proven, and even if we're to believe her, it's hard to argue the police acted out of prejudice. This is brought up by Nicholas Diorio, who got some interesting answers out of her on stream. The first clip is Clara stating she was still engaged in legal action against the police.
I wasn't aware you were still engaging with legal action of the police.
I am. It's just like there's been so much shit that happened, and then like immediately after like getting back from everything, I had to move, and I like just got unpacked like 2 weeks ago.
Claire describes specific incident in which she was dead named while being put in handcuffs. However, she admits it could have been an honest mistake, and the officer didn't know what a dead name was.
Oh, Jesus. Now, there are questions as to the dead naming taking place. They claim they have no footage of you being dead named once you get back to the precinct, and you claim there was dead naming. So the only time that could have happened is during the swatting itself. Is that still something that you claim?
Yeah, that was something that happened with the constable that arrested me, like when I was actually being put in handcuffs.
Look, I don't have a problem with spicing up the story a little bit, but and I understand the like how this upset you and your family, but it really does sound like you kind of slandered those cops. Like, I don't
think I slandered them. I mean,
if
like,
we're taking them at face value, right? For that they thought when they were going into your house that they were like potentially dealing with somebody who was planning to shoot up a like public office building or something like that with like politicians, then like it's totally possible that they thought that was your name, like that you went by that name. So
I mean, no, because the email. Problem. Did you read the email?
Yes, I did read
the first sentence of the email is "My name is Clara Sorrenti,"
but then it was signed with your dead name.
It said "My name is Clara Sorrenti," and then my dead name is blank, and they put the dead name. So they made a decision at that point that they thought that my name wasn't actually my name, and dead name was a real name. The officer that actually like arrested me said she did not actually know what a dead name was.
Now this is where the story starts to take a very drastic turn. In the same private stream, Clara states that she had 2 years to take legal action due to the statute of limitations. Her plan was to start sometime in December or January of 2023.
A timeline of how things are happening. I have a total of 2 years to take legal actions. That's a statute of limitations. I want to start before this year ends, ideally. Like if I can kick things off in December or in January in the new year, that would be ideal. That's what I want. I talked to my lawyer today, and it's looking like January is the month where I'm going to be filing against the London Police Service. Once the video is out, everyone will know like all of the details of the case going forward. I've already been told that the case that I'm about to start could take up to 5 years.
This never came to fruition, with the activist drifting away from politics and stoking the flames of online drama. She started fighting with people like Keemstar and her own community, to the point that Drop Kiwi Farms officially denounced her. Her self-destructive behavior drew a lot of concern, which eventually led people to discover that she'd actually relapsed into addiction. It was leaked publicly on February 19, 2023, and a few days later that Clara admitted herself to inpatient rehab. Now, I'm not here to shame Keffals about her addiction. It's important for people to take recovery very seriously. But the timeline of events also can't be ignored. The relapse occurred after the attempt at swatting. Clara says after settling into her new apartment in October, she began drinking excessively. And at the start of 2023, she started doing full-blown Colombian. And I'm not talking about no coffee boy.
I got really depressed. I lost interest in politics. I lost interest in basically all of the things that helped me build a platform in the first place. And around the end of 2022, I started drinking, which made me spiral. It was around the time that I was in fights with Keemstar. I started drinking, and then as more and more shit started happening, I started doing cocaine at the start of 2023.
Near the end of the month, she went on an 8-day coke bender before finding out that some of that coke was, I guess, cut with meth.
8 days into a cocaine bender, I found out that the coke that I was doing was cut with meth. So for 8 days straight, I was doing coke and meth.
This took place a few days after she had said the dreaded R word, ooh, which she later blamed on withdrawals, apparently. Her spiral worsened as she started doing coke, meth, benzos, while attempting to buy H on the dark web.
Started doing coke and meth and benzos, and I was planning on ordering him from the dark net.
After the backlash, Clara went into rehab on February 22nd. In the next few days, I will be admitted to rehab. The doctor said that because of the drugs I'm addicted to, without medical supervision, detoxing will kill me. Now, I'm inclined to believe her on this, given that she didn't return until about a month later. Clara later admitted that she spent more money going to rehab than she ever had on actual drugs.
I was in rehab for 34 days before I discharged. I went to the Addiction Rehabilitation Toronto facility, and it was one of the best decisions I think I've ever made.
While Addiction Rehab Toronto doesn't have prices listed on their sites, aggregators like Recovery.com price a 30-day stay at the facility at 20,000 Canadian dollars. And that is a fourth of the entire dollar amount. It's hard to believe that expense, on top of buying enough drugs to end up there in the first place, had no bearing on how that GoFundMe money was used. One of her mods admitted the habit went a bit into the fund money at the end. However much a bit is, we might never know. Her relapse began right as she was supposed to initiate legal action. That, by her own admission, had an...
I said, what the fuck is wrong with Canadians? You nodding?
Bunch of fucking weirdos. Cretins.
Did you just throw up in your mouth?
No, I was taking my Suboxone.
Okay.
I should have said yes to that.
Yeah, because you swallowed it. It would have been fucking gross.
Yeah, but it would have been kind of funny if I throw up in my mouth at
so
Keffals.
Fucking based.
And then swallowed it, yeah.
Yeah. I know we are, Neve. Based.
Even started. Remember, she was apparently collecting evidence to beat the statute of limitations. And after a vacation across Europe, new stream equipment, TwitchCon, hiring a private firm, security firm, and private investigator, consulting lawyers about kiwi farms, and paying an entire year's worth of rent because fuck it, why not? She spiraled, necessitating a month-long stay at a rehab facility that cost approximately $20K USD. Sorry, hold on a minute. I'm having a little brain fart. Canadian dollars, okay? Big difference. With the latter beginning in the exact time frame she claimed to finally take action against London police.
Where?
Now, of course, there is one last hope for the GoFundMe money going towards anything vaguely resembling those initial stated goals. In April of 2024, Keffals' lawyer, Justin Anisman, filed a complaint against London Police Services with the Canadian Human Rights Tribune. The application hereby argues she is the victim of discrimination by London Police Services, referred to henceforth as LPS. Now, of the 5 examples given, 3 of them discuss her dead name being used in their records. This is true, and acknowledged by London Police in their first statement. The complaint further alleges LPS officers used her dead name and gender. During the arrest, this cannot be proven as no body cam footage exists. In a private conversation, she explained pushing body cams was one of her main goals. If I could get one thing from all of this, it would be body cams, since the police didn't even have them in my hometown. There is no evidence where she is well aware of, hence why her last point is actually kind of bizarre. The complaint introduces an entirely new accusation and has somehow gone unmentioned so far. Clara alleges that an officer groped her breast and said, "Yeah, it's a she." The fact that we haven't heard about this before is insane. It completely.
Bro, a drug addict sitting on a big pile of dono money would never dip into more than a little bit. It's well known addicts on drug benders are really good at having restraint to leave the big pile of money alone.
Deadass.
Completely changes the narrative. This realistically should have been her leading story since it's also at gunpoint apparently. If true, the interaction recontextualizes every claim of dead naming. It also makes her behavior afterward much stranger given that she seemed to forgive LPS in favor of pursuing action against Kiwi Farms.
Lawyers. Yeah, that's all I said. I never said that I was going to sue the police. I've basically had to make peace with it. Like, after it first happened, I was very mad at the police. And I wanted to hold their feet to the fire as much as possible. I wanted to even potentially pursue legal action against them. But they've taken the threat against my life very seriously. And I want to see justice.
Now, this is in stark contrast to the reduced feelings and security described by Clara as a result of her inability to trust LPS. This impacted her ability to earn a living. In the 6 months since the events at issue in this application, Ms. Sorrenti has seen a reduction in income of more than 25%. That document further alleges that their treatment of Clara left her unable to leave her home. By the way of example, she feels incapable of leaving her home or socializing productively with friends and family out in the community because of a fear that LPS will continue to discriminate against her. This is patently untrue, given that the time frame is when she traveled across the world. It also doesn't make any sense to blame London police for that reduced income. And it only gets crazier when you realize the complaint seeks $125,000 in damages. Accordingly, the applicant seeks the following remedies: a declaration that the LPS discriminated against the applicant contrary to Section 1 of the Code, an order for damages of the injury to applicant's dignity, feelings, and self-respect in the total amount of $75,000, and an order that LPS compensate the applicant for the loss of income suffered and other special damages incurred as a result of the discriminatory plus interest therein in the amount of $50,000. Now, I can't claim to know the intricacies behind the actual lawsuit over here and the Human Rights Tribunal. To be honest, I've tried researching this and I've called around as much as I can, but obviously information on a case, if it's pending and ongoing, isn't going to be shared, nor is a status really something to be handed out about. But at the end of the day, I'm not a lawyer, so me digging into this isn't necessarily going to do much more than you would expect. But that being said, okay, with all of this brought up, this is, I guess, the only last Hail Mary that we have. And if you ask Keffals, the reason they decided to go with the Human Rights Tribunal rather than a lawsuit is because the Human Rights Tribunal has unique powers that a civil suit does not. In Canada, if they were simply to do a lawsuit, all they would get is money. They are apparently pushing for police body cams, which is the complete goal right there. And papers have been processed and they are awaiting dates to appear in the tribunal. And I'm told this could take a minimum of 2 years at best, and 6 years at worst, depending on if this gets escalated to a higher judicial body. So again, I'm not an expert at the HRTO, and this section might be pending, and because Keffals is, I guess, quiet these days, I'm blocked, so I wouldn't really know. There might be updates to this, there might not be, okay? But to end this section off, to recap, Keffals deliberately tried to raise as much money as possible. None of her reasons make any sense. She didn't need to move and used the money for a vacation in Europe, it seems. She didn't just use the fund for moving expenses, but a full year's worth of rent, something she never said she was gonna do. And as far as we can tell, she had no tangible losses. All of her possessions were returned within days, and the legal fund was for a nebulous lawsuit that has changed targets twice. The closest we saw to any actual legal action was that HRTO complaint, which doesn't even require a lawyer and is completely free. It's unlikely to go anywhere since she apparently has no evidence, no credibility, and seemingly no actual legal standing. Okay, so now that we've covered the swatting and her GoFundMe, let's talk about her campaign to drop Kiwi Farms. An important thing to recognize is that this is a public discussion forum. You can see what people are saying, and that also means it's difficult to prove something was their fault if they didn't brag about it on the site. To be clear, they're not innocent whatsoever. They're not entirely innocent. They collect and organize personal information, and I would never argue that they don't harass people. We can prove Kiwi Farms users doxed her old house and one of the hotel rooms. However, they weren't the main culprit. There is a completely different site that actually took credit for the harassment that veered into actual criminality. For the sake of not promoting it, we're going to be referring to this website as Website Zero, like others have before who've covered this topic. If you've read the thread closely, you'll discover Kiwi Farms users don't find out about the swatting until after her GoFundMe. On August 21st, Clara's Uber Eats account was hacked and she blamed Kiwi Farms. The next day, a post was made on Website Zero taking credit. She showed a receipt for the order as part of the docs. This post also included phone numbers, accounts, addresses, emails, and passwords belonging to Sorrenti, as well as many of her family members. The doc stayed pinned from the date it was created until September the 4th. It was being worked on publicly since March 28th, and with users actively calling for others to track her down. Despite this, Clara continued to blame Kiwi Farms instead for hacking her account, her Uber account, even directly calling for Cloudflare to halt services in response to the hack. From here, she makes a decision to move to Northern Ireland to flee online harassment. And it's important to know that Kiwi Farms was down from August 26th to August 29th. Website Zero identified her location on August 26th thanks to that doorknob. Keffals blamed the Kiwi Farms, calling them out by name on the 29th. Make it. The same day she claimed a Kiwi Farms user had identified her location and threatened to show up. She claimed to have identified the user and forwarded their information to the police. And this is true. If this is true, there's no reason for her to believe this individual had any association with Kiwi Farms.
It's a bit optimistic.
The user had been very active.
You trying to watch this video?
Yeah, I said, yeah, I'm definitely not gonna make it. I'll try and make it a little farther though, but the narco's kicking in.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's fucking rough.
Fucking Clara Sorrenti.
Yeah, she is definitely akin to melatonin. Been knocking people out.
4chan and the rest of the internet on a variety of easily identifiable accounts. And they've also explicitly stated that they had no connection with Kiwi Farms. She already knew that this person was from 4chan, even showing the original threads in one of her tweets. When we spoke about his plan beforehand, he left comments on Website Zero, and Website Zero was never mentioned once in her account. Clara later claimed that this resulted in another swatting, stating the same thing repeated itself, except Northern Irish police did not put a firearm, did not pull a gun on her. Apparently, the police were called to investigate a made-up stabbing. She noted they were very friendly.
This followed me. I leave Canada, now I'm in Northern Ireland. The same thing repeated itself.
Yep.
Except Northern Irish police did not pull a firearm on me, so that's cool. I appreciate that. Oh yeah, no, someone called in saying that there was a stabbing in the apartment I'm in, and they just sent 2 police officers and they were knocking at the door. Compared to what happened in Canada when I got an assault rifle pointed at me, that's nothing. Cops are playing with the cat here.
That's interesting that the Canadians are also so militarized, the police there. I didn't realize.
Police were calm during this incident because Keffals was not swatted. It was a wellness check from someone afraid she was in danger. The person who contacted police reached out to Destiny to explain they were worried about a stalker. They specifically refute the idea they called in a stabbing. On the H3H3 podcast, Keffals stated that the swatting had mentioned a stabbing, but that there were no guns when they visited. This link shows the Armed Response Unit, which is deployed for when someone reports a stabbing in active situation. There's a picture there that shows a dynamic entry. Someone with Ellen's background wouldn't realize that Northern Ireland does actually have a history of armed violence, and the PSNI response to what that violence is equivalent to the United States of America.
Okay. All right. I'm dead. I'm super dead. Yep, I'm falling asleep. Henry. I'm dead. I'm going to bed.
Yeah,
I'm fucked. Yeah, I'm completely fucked.
You streaming tomorrow or?
Yeah, I'll be
Sunday again.
I'm not going to New York this fucking weekend. Next weekend I am though.
Motherfucker.
Yep. I got shit going on next weekend. I'm going to see Sleep Token next weekend.
Okay.
And then,
What's that even mean?
Sleep Token are terrible. And the last thing you need in your life is more fucking sleep.
I don't listen to them often, but I don't know.
So stream's getting cucked for sleep again.
Yup.
Okay.
Yup. Based. All right. Have some
prunes
punches.
before bed.
Prunes before bed. I don't know why I read that as punches. I'm fucking dyslexic. Without dyslexia. All I saw was we transphobic out here. Better than continues while he sleeps like last time. True. Hey, I wasn't sleeping at my desk that time. That time I went and laid down because I got nauseous. That was fucked. That was fun. I still have to watch that. I still have to watch that. You know what?
You won't make it through it.
Oh, that was so funny.
Shut the
Yeah.
fuck up.
What are you
Tomorrow.
gonna watch it over 2 weeks?
Yeah, I will. Yes. Tomorrow, I'm gonna finish this and then go back to that and watch it.
The fucking Weekend at Bernie's stream? Is that what he's talking about or something else?
Yeah. The one that you took
Oh,
over.
that was funny.
Now you have permission to end my streams.
Yeah, I will next time. That was a lot.
I mean, you can keep it going like that and then just end it when everything's done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think if we were doing stuff, like there was a hilarious
Oh, yeah,
amount
some
of people who came up
Good
here.
debates and shit. It was good.
Yeah. It was like Dave, Philly, Food Shops, me,
Yeah.
the Mud Crab Ryan, all of us were like on here. Like you weren't even
Yeah,
sleeping.
your stream was like everywhere the next day.
Was it really?
Yeah, dude. Heaps of people watched that shit. Emery was getting roasted.
Yeah.
Seriously?
Why do you think I made the Emery song, dude? Because
Yeah.
Emery was getting roasted by people.
Wait, that was on the one that I was on.
What?
He didn't fall asleep that time.
Yeah, that wasn't.
Oh no, that was okay. I'm thinking of a different Philly day.
Yeah.
What was that
Yeah, I
argument
know.
about?
That was about Kendrick and Drake.
The one you fell
Drake.
asleep on.
That was
The
the
one you
one.
fell asleep on.
Oh, that one I don't know. But yeah, the shit that everyone was watching was the reason I did the I am objective. That one.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Fuck. I'm kind
Wait,
of
wasn't it Brittany Simon they were talking about when you fell asleep?
Yeah,
Yeah, it was the lyrics.
it was a different
Yep.
retard.
Brittany Simon debate. All right. I'm crashing.
All right.
All right.
Good
Alright,
night.
do your fart noises so we can move.
All right.
Yes.
Let's go.
Nice. All right. Later, almost. You're welcome.
Excuse me.
You're welcome.
Excuse me.
All right. All done. I finished.
The stream is over. This is the me falling asleep. I was hunching the fuck over in my seat. So get the hell out of here. Find somewhere to be. You can keep watching something, but you won't be watching me. The stream is over. This is the end. Make sure you like and sub before we meet again. I appreciate you all, but Abby can just roll. Abby needs a compass and like crap fucking doll. Thanks for watching. Me falling asleep. watching something. Don't you hope you want